Hello, and welcome to the Humvee build. I'm not sure where Waitrose is so far this morning, but as always, run by John and Timothy. Yeah.
I've got the lights on. There we go.
Ah, there we go. You're positively glowing now, John.
So how are we?
Good.
Oh, all right.
Very good.
Yeah, had a good live stream with Gary last night.
Yeah.
John, you'll like the kit that I got off Mystery Nick. Let's see, I'll dig the picture up. Turn the brightness down.
If I saw it or not.
Don't mind me if I'm just bobbing my head and rocking out. I got music going as well as listening to you guys. So,
did you see it last night, John?
I did, but I'm not sure which kit it was. There are a number of them. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
How cool is that? It's actually quite big as well.
I'm glad you'll build it. It means I don't have.
It's pretty cool. You've got a lot of the interior stuff on it as well, which is nice.
God.
Yeah, I reckon. Like I said to you before, I reckon a track duck is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird. We always picture World War II, especially German vehicles, as being tanks and armored cars and that. We don't think of all that other stuff that they had. It's pretty cool. But anyway, yes, let's get on with the chat. Bob says, "Oh, got the first like just before I collapsed from exercise. Don't do that, dude." I mean, don't collapse from exercise. Obviously, do like. But...
GM says, "Ooh, I got this second like. I collapsed earlier. Lol. Greetings, Bobby. Better say hello to the panel while I'm here. Hello, panel.
Hello, GM.
Paul Wiltshire says hello, troops.
Hello. Tiff says, "Hello, everyone. It's Friday, so that means we have the Drone Hunters build today. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy what the guys are doing. Thank you."
Thank you.
Yeah.
David Zinn, he says, "Good day, all. Have to take Helen and to her friend shortly, but we'll be back."
Yeah. Yes. Mod is just scanning the comments, I think.
Trevor says, "Hi all. Great show last night, Gary and Mikey."
Thank you, buddy.
It was good.
Patrick says, "Good day, all." Hello, Patrick.
Jeffrey Riley says, "G'day."
Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Holland Goose says, "Morning, everyone."
Morning. Oh, afternoon. Joe says, "Happy ICM Drone Hunter Friday to all in chat and especially our host and Miss Tiff and modders." Yeah.
Joe says, "Hope all are feeling well today. After this fun-filled stream is over, I think I might sneak out and play 9 before the rain gets here."
Lovely. Jim says, "Greetings to all on screen and in chat."
Hello. Joe, it's a bit late, right? I'm not deaf.
Yeah. Joe says, "Maybe I shouldn't have liked so early."
Jim also says the Landschwepper is the German version of the SS Minnow. A 3-hour cruise.
Joe says, "Oh, thanks, Jim. Now I have that song in my head."
Australians, let us rejoice, for we are young and free.
No singing.
Golden soil and multiple toil, and the home is good by sea.
I know it still hasn't changed.
There we go. That's the chat done.
Oh, Jesus.
That was unusually quick.
Hang on.
Yeah. Tiff says, And we have White Rose's Winning Friday kit. The poll for Mikey's kit will be going up soon. Cool.
Lovely.
Oh, damn, I can't vote in that one. Jim says, there you go, Tim.
At Joe, a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour.
There we go. Yeah. So,
Sweet.
where have we got up to?
Crying.
Crying salty tears.
Back in a moment, grab some.
Okay. So, that's what I've done.
Oh, nice.
That's one side. And then I can hold it in place. That's the other side.
Lovely.
Yeah. So it's just doing a bit of weathering, I think, now.
Yeah. I think I might pop the top of mine and just see if there's anything I want to pick out in the cabin with a brush. And then I might hit it with a little bit of varnish so that I can get the windows in. And then, that'll be ready for some weathering and whatnot. But main thing today, I think, will be priming and getting going on the other two dudes and the Dushka.
Nice. What about you,
I
John?
bought a frame for doing what Mikey's done to the base. But I think what I did is underestimate the size of the thing. So that's the frame, and that's the thing. It takes up pretty much all of it. So I don't know. Maybe it's too small. I don't know. It's about the size of yours without the width of the frame. Is that right?
Probably. Yeah.
Bloody use
No, mine's just a little bit. The internal's just a little bit bigger, isn't it? But if you build up the base, then you could always just level it out anyway.
Yeah, and I got some wild, tough, dry green Vallejo stuff.
So
nice.
Something that you can do that always looks pretty cool, because is that a wooden frame?
Sure is.
So when you do the sort of base, like Mikey said, you can sort of have like an irregular sort of shape to give yourself like a bigger footprint. So like put your ground texture and stuff onto the wood, and then you just like mask off that nice wood, and then do all your priming and stuff. And then when you take that off, it'll still have the wood of the frame there with the nice bevel and stuff, but it's almost like your scene is like spilling out, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm doing a very good way. Good job
no, that
of
makes sense.
that.
It's just I'm not restricted to the size of the frame.
Yeah. Yeah. I always really like that spill out kind of look. Like if I'm painting a competition model or something, I do that a fair bit. It looks pretty neat.
Sure. I don't know whether I should do some like little graffiti writing on the wall or something. But then the wall's the back, so most of it's hidden.
All right, where's my trusty airbrush?
Yeah, I'll just do some splatter mud, I think. GM says, we had a power outage this morning. Didn't see last 45 minutes of Gary stuff. Who won Nick's challenge? Good question. I can't remember.
Well, I was ducking in and out. I had the toilet show up, so he's finished now. The alcove is complete. I was about to say kaput, but that's different.
Following Go says, I got to meet Dawn Wells years ago. I had such a crush on Marianne.
Yeah.
Joe says, Ghost, you stay away from Marianne.
And Jim says, Joe, Marianne was way hotter than Ginger. I know.
I
It's
have
not
no
pronounced
idea who
Ginger.
that is.
You know of the show, yes?
No.
Which show?
Gilligan's Island.
Never seen it. Know of it, but never seen it.
So there's a housing estate sort of up near, Maitland, sort of inland a bit. And it all floods every couple of years, if not every couple of months. It's all lowlands. So they got Gilliston Heights, they call it. And the floods we had 2 floods ago, that community there of, 1,000 odd homes or whatever was completely cut off. So it's called Gilliston Island on occasion. Instead of Gilliston Heights, because, that's funny.
Yeah. In Canberra, there's a place up the back of, Canberra is kind of regarded as a real bogan suburb. It's huge, but it's all kind of full of derros. And right up the back, there's a little isolated estate called Glen Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And people never say they're from Canberra. They always say they're from Glen Eagles estate. And so to take the piss out of those people started calling it Canberra Heights.
Ooh, God, that's strong smelling stuff, though. Jim says, it's unanimous. All the American boys go for Marianne.
No.
Is that the poster? Sounds like his van. Jim says, is that Gilligan's Island reference?
Yes.
There we go.
Right.
That definitely smells like the posties van. He's somewhere around. I can hear him. Matthew says, afternoon, everybody. Sorry I'm late. It's all right, buddy. You're here, and that's what matters. Paul says, my local B&Q and Wix have run out of 1,000 grit sandpaper. Is that because you bought it all to do your ship? To do your huge ship? You can get it cheap enough on Amazon anyway. Jim says, I can't remember the professor's name. It was mentioned in the first episode.
The Professor.
Ah.
I can't remember. It's one of those shows that I don't remember ever laughing out loud. It's like the Flintstones, if it makes sense. Like you just watch it, but not really enjoy it.
Mm.
My opinion only, of course.
It's more like morbid curiosity than anything else.
Just like, it is what it is. It's TV at the time.
Hmm.
Like, they couldn't do anything that was slightly risque.
Yeah.
Just because, you can't say things like dang.
Yeah.
Can't show an ankle and things. Oh, the postie just driven past.
I suppose it wasn't that long ago in history, was it? That, the whole, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn was a, big scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. It's interesting how times change, isn't it? Joe says, Russell Johnson, check his World War II history. Okay. Matthew, hey Joe, how's the shares in Guinness? Yeah, you had quite a few of them last night by the sound of it. I only had 2. Paul says, no, Mikey, it's not for the ship, it's for the base of the 132nd Mosquito. Yeah. It's going to be a big base then. Joe says, wow, I had to refresh. Nothing has happened with the stream. It's back. Oh, that's strange.
Follow me. And let's go. Oh, dang. Sorry, I'm going to have to catch myself.
Deb Nebbit.
Sorry, my like years worth of watching like music videos and stuff through YouTube means like the algorithm is just bangers from like that I've loved through my entire life. So
Joe says, it's good, Matthew. I'll have to go get more soon. Gem saw an aerial photo of the back lots of film sets. Gilligan's Island, which joined onto Hogan's Hero film set. Carry On England was quite good how they did that, because it was just the film set was literally just a field just outside the studios. Just one field. They filmed the whole film on it. Because it all takes place in a little army camp. You're right, John?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm just all got a raspy cough. I keep muting it occasionally and coughing and stuff like that. But
That's
I'm
right.
moving across to paints and stuff.
All right, bud. Following Go says, and the show Mr. Magoo voice actor. Huh. I think I need to thin this somehow. It's enamel.
Oh, was that the millionaire?
I think so. The one that's really silly. No. They did a film, Mr. Magoo, as well.
No, yeah.
Jim says the character name of the professor, I think, was Roy Hinckley. The actor's name was Russell Johnson, a World War II veteran. Ah, there we go. The more you know. So what's everyone in the chat working on today then? Anything interesting? Okay. I wonder what's happened to Waitrose. I hope he's okay.
yeah, I'm sure he's all good. He's probably just got some jobs got to catch up on.
Yeah. No one is postman. Haha. And I know he has a parcel for me. Yay! Back in a minute.
You like it's part golden retriever, our Mikey. The squirrel. If there's any more comments coming through, modders, you can just pop them up. I'm happy to go through them.
The golden retriever has returned.
Paul says, I have a lot of white tack that I'm going to make sandbags out of and sit cowling on. I'll scratch me a toolbox to go next to it for the Mosquito Mark IV. Very cool.
I've got a parcel off Waitrose. It's his P45. His resignation letter. It's in a large box. Sorry. Quantum.
Sorry, just waiting for the compressor to stop. Matthew says, cleaning up and repairing toon tanks I've printed off. Mr. Jim says, actor Jim Backus was Thurston Howell III, the voice of Mr. Magoo, and countless roles in films from the 50s and 60s. Aussie Ian is in. He says, evening all.
Hey, Ian.
Ghost says, I'm working on my never-ending diorama. Another small diorama and the Yamato turret. Speaking of never-ending, someone used AI to fix the horse dying in Never-Ending Story and made it so, like, you know, he actually got free and then it was all happy from then on. Matthew says, no, Timur, you can't hang around with royal failed deliveries.
Yeah. Although Darren's all right, to be fair.
Jim says, I see 3 bearded veterans on screen.
Yeah. Okay, so there's 2 kits in here. And it appears, yeah, one's in French and one's in German, the clues. Ein großstarkes Wolle Deutsche. I have no idea what that means. The big something. The big Kizowski? I don't know. The big caboose. Anyone want to translate it for me?
Yep, stand by.
Just add some more stuff before. Open other end. And apparently I've got a TV program by the look of it. No, it can't be a TV program. Surely not. That looks like stocks.
I'm doing this the slow way.
Style is steel. So the big steel.
A big steel box full of Germans.
Ah. So there we go. What do we think it could be? A tank of some sort?
There we go. It's pretty good, the old Google these days. You can just press the camera button and do it, and it like will translate whatever it detects, which is really, really handy for instructions that are in like Japanese and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. So, does anyone want to guess for a few minutes, or should I just open it?
So is it a kit that you're expecting, or is it a...
It's a surprise one from a guy called Matarus. Because he sent Waitrose some kits, and he put some in for me as well. Which was bloody nice of him. So Matthew is going with. In fact, we'll catch up on comments. Model. Jim, FX 148C Ferrari, well looking at kit parts, constantly getting interrupted by staff sticking their faces into mine. Julian, watch your panel. Tiff said, go on, Tim.
All right, folks, for the members on Discord, the poll for Mikey's Friday build has been uploaded.
Oh, no. Oh, no, even I'm not going to be able to see what it is. Oh, yeah, I can just show results.
Aussie Ian says, I'm continuing to work on my Brit Conqueror tank, trying to make the gloss bronze green look interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly imaginative colour scheme, was it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. June says, note to self, Shelfie's sweater on the splash screen says Chair Force Hobbies, not Air Force Rabies. What? GM says, Mikey, it says open other end. Julian says, big steel kit, something German. Thank you, Julian. Very helpful. Jim, what's on my workbenches? Trumpeter KV1, Dragon Balls Panzer IV as J, finished, figured for Skiffins, and we'll ship it out today. Excellent. Matthew says Stahl is steel. Yeah. Matthew says it's a German road roller. That could be interesting. Paul, I'm currently rearranging my bathroom, old units out, and new going in. Doing a lot of DIY lately. Joe, if I'm still alive next year, I want to do a diorama involving the Long Range Desert Group. Watched numerous vids lately on them. Cool stuff. Love the sand. Yeah. That'd be cool. Don't be so pessimistic. Matthew says A7V. Who knows? Could be. No idea. Julian, it's a box of lead ingots and molded for making German soldiers. Thanks, dude. Give me lead poisoning. Send me crazy. Patrick, some kind of troop carrier. Gem, Timmer. Nah, guessing is more fun. Sodding Google Translate. So we've got 28 people watching. Come on, let's have some more guesses in the next 3 minutes. If you haven't commented before, do say hi. The guys don't bite unless you ask them to.
I'm trying so hard not to hum. I'm still standing by Sir Elton is on.
June says, all that's visible is RCE and Bs. I made up the rest. Wrongly, as it turns out. What are you on about? Trying to think. Oh, is he on about on the intro, maybe? Matthew says it must be something to do with the Landschlepper kit. Not necessarily, because Nick sent me the Landschlepper kit, and this has come from Matereus. However you pronounce it. Matt.
Just realized I've made a mistake.
Oh no! What have we done?
I completely forgot which paints I used for this dude.
Oh, it's all right. They'll fade and change over time.
Yeah.
You can always tell the new guy by how bright and shiny his uniform is. How every color pops.
Yeah. Put them through the ship's dryer enough times, they feel like pajamas.
Yeah. Joe says it's a large sandwich with tons of preservatives. Bob Appetit. Jim says, Joe, I have an SAS Jeep and an LRDG Chevy truck with 7 additional figures. I see a North Africa-based SAS Dharma in my future. Oh, that'd be good. Anyway, should we get this opened? Oh, wow. It is indeed an A7V.
Well, hey. Totem comp.
It's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Ooh. That is nice. Thank you very much, Matt. I actually enjoyed that. I love the old instructions as well.
Paul says Sir Elton's cousin played football for Fulham FC, and Sir Elton owned Watford FC.
Hell. Oh, they link. Oh no, they're individual track links. Oh god. Okay. Oh, it comes with some soldiers as well, and some internals. Excellent.
If you ever think putting individual track links together is too much of a pain in the ass, it's always helpful to remember that during the filming of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, all of the chainmail was put together by hand by 2 dudes, just sitting there putting chainmail together, and apparently they had completely worn off all of their fingerprints.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that's the first one. Thank you very much, Matt. And the second one is in French. It says un grand boite en isa rempli de français. De français. I don't know. The big boat.
France. Well, no,
Big-
I'm cheating. I'm cheating again. Let's see.
The big caboose. The big boat. Replied to France. I don't know. Go on.
Do you want to know what it is?
I do, yes.
For Mikey, a large box steel field French.
Steelfield French.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to the thing, it says for Mikey, a large box steel field French. Although looking at it, it's hang on. No, you can't see it. It's saying Japanese to English, so it started translating the wrapper.
Steve's put big box in steel full of French. There we go. So similar clues, just French. Nice. Joe says, yes, Jim, it'll take a while to find. I do have 2 SAS Jeeps already, but some of the vehicles they used will take time to find. Yeah. Jem, all those kits Gary unwrapped this morning, what is he doing with them all? Make them at some point, I imagine. Julian, yes, the screen image of you all at the top of the stream, Mikey. I meant the wording on Shelfie's sweater. I'm not going mad. Well, not that mad. I didn't think anyone would ever pay that much attention to it, dude. Considering it just spins around for a few seconds, then stops, and then fades out. Yeah. Dutch Dave says, afternoon all. That's a cool vintage kit, Mikey. It is. It looks cool. I like the box art on it as well. David says, I'm back now, and that looks good, Mikey. It does, doesn't it? Very cool. Julian, Joe, do you mean the vehicle the SAS used or the LRDG used? Yeah. Because the LRDG folded into the SAS. Jim says, the A7V had a crew of 23, rather cramped quarters for many. Feel sorry for those that had to suffer from a fellow crew member had too much sauerkraut the night before. Yeah, so it is usually had a crew between 17 and 20,
Wow.
depending if they had extra soldiers in or not. Neil says, Boite box, what, or whatever. I don't know. It's a long time since I've done French. GM says, Mikey, this way up. Steve says, big box in steel, full of French. Yeah. Matthew says, Saint-Chamond tank. Could be. Joe, the LRDG use different vehicles, but if I can't find anything else, might have to throw in Jeeps. Looking for Chevy trucks right now. Yeah. Jim, I came across the Jeep and LRDG kits at a swap meet. Great prices for both. You lucky, lucky sod. So yeah, so we've got one guess at the minute. It's quite a sturdy box compared to the other one. So I'm taking that's an advertisement for school uniforms or something, Tim. I'm going to Google translate that. Oops, put my tornado out of the way.
From what it looked like, is it a newspaper?
Yes.
Yeah, because the part in Japanese that it did translate was talking about like international relations and Japanese kind of foreign policy, it looks like, but I don't know. It's just a bunch of quotes and things. You know, but Mr. Ito said about the investigation. Yeah.
Oh god, apparently I need to download the. Okay. I'm not waiting all that time. Just download the language pack. Do that.
Where is it? H, J, and R.
The suit is currently in use. Is it? Okay, so that's what that says apparently. The suit is currently in use. And that says the third game of the best of 3 semi-finals of the 10th Yingxi Cup World Championship and International Go Tournament was played on the 9th in Zhejiang Province, China. Ishiri Ryo Honinbo, 27, won by mid-game push against Qiji Nandan, China. As the white player advancing to the final of the record of 2 wins and 1 loss, this is the first time that Ikirichi Hanimbo has advanced to the final in the Yingxi Cup. Blah, 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 etc., etc. Cool. GM says, Timmy, translate some of the text look for something odd. Jim's put a link into the LRDG patrol car for Joe. There you go. Right, let's have a look what this is now. So we've got Saint-Chamond as a guess. Oh, it is. Nice.
You had 2 correct guesses in chat.
I know, right? How good are
Very
they?
good.
Now, the cool thing about this is I have actually done a Saint-Chamond before, but is the mid version one, so it didn't have these turrets on, these cupolas, because they removed them on the mid version because they decided that they didn't need them, and then they removed them and realized their commanders were getting shot every time they stuck the head out the top, so then they put one of them back.
That just looks like a Jawa sandcrawler.
It does, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a really cool kit.
Nifty.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Matt. I shall enjoy them immensely. Yeah. And now I have more cardboard to go to the tip. There we go. That'll do for now. Just trash the room. June says, also, this from Rubicon Models. Scale mates, Rubicon Models. There we go. Joe says, yes, I found it, Julian. Cool, thank you. June says, be back in a bit. Kara here. Nice. Matthew says, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And Paul says, it looks like someone out of Star Wars. It does indeed.
Aha, there we go. Some of that. We should shake that first.
Matthew says he has voted for the Friday build. Excellent. I dread to think which one you voted for, like.
All right, got to put on my thinking cap. If I was going to use an extra dark green, what color would I have used?
Dark green?
I've got so many greens. It doesn't matter. It'll probably be knowing me. I probably used, let's see, probably black green, I reckon, if I can find it.
All right. So the colours you read out to me a couple of weeks ago, US field drab, buff,
Yep.
US light green, green grey, RLM 70.
Yep.
Brown rose and light flesh for the skin, and tan earth, I believe.
Yeah, that fastidious note taking. Thank you for that.
That's why he's such a better modeler than us.
No. Oh, crops.
So that would have been, yeah, for the webbing and stuff. That's right.
GM says, Timmy, the RLM could sue Lucas Films for copyright infringement. Matthew says, no Land Rover. No. Jim says, I voted for the French bomber. I thought that appropriate for Waitrose. Oh, the French tank. Oh, no, I see what you mean for Waitrose's one. Joe says, John looks sad. What time is it over there? Drink a Guinness or two, John? It perked me up.
No, I'm crook. I have a cold and I'm not really rocking it. It's just, I think my temperature's up. I'm just sweating like I'm just, not really feeling it.
That's not
Black
good, dude.
green.
Do you need to have a rest or something?
Ooh. Another banger just came on. Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf.
Yeah, good tune. Malcolm's in. He says, what up, dudes? Good afternoon and hello. Hello, Malcolm. How are you? Patrick says, may I ask what color you use for the PC-10, John?
I
hate to use it. Enamels.
Right, I'd used olive drab 2, C38, Mr. Colour, and neutral grey was literally neutral grey, C13. Yeah, I can't show too much just because it's still been painted, but the underside colour is, I've gone for what the Wings have said for that, and it needs another coat, but that's deck tan. They recommended in one lot of instructors, they recommended mixing, I think, 10 parts of white to 1 part deck tan, which is $6.55. But again, another lot of instructions. It just said X55, so following Wing's instructions there for a clear dope.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll look alright. It's looking like that.
Where the hell did I get an Africa core wash from? I don't remember buying that. That has to be one that I got from FRH. Street grime, oil stains, splash mud. There we go. Where are we up to? Jim says, bonjour, le grand fromage. Le grand fromage says, I'm good, Mikey. Hello, all. Hello, buddy. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome. Paul says, I got bored last night, so I applied to join the army again. My wife went nuts at me when I told her this morning. Whoops. At least you'll be fact-tracked in this time. Fast-tracked even.
Man.
I think my wife would divorce me if I did that.
It'd be pretty fun. Like, go retread and go back to basic. It'd be pretty fun.
She has said to me over the years, if you'd been in when I met you, I would never have married you. Thanks, love. Ooh, that's a bit thicker than I thought it was going to be. Let's have a look. Ooh, God, yeah. What the hell's going on there? It's more like a thick chocolate or a thin chocolate mousse. Jem says, Paul, ooh, divorce pending grounds there. Careful. Yeah. That frame's looking good, John.
We'll see. So I've got a mix of, what have I got? An army painter, battlefield.
Yeah.
Field grass. And the tufts of whatever that is. Dry green, whatever that is. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know. That's a diorama.
Yeah, I think things would have to really kick off for them to let me back in, because they'd have to give me a whole bunch of medical waivers and stuff. But
same. I'm now 3 years off compulsory retirement age for the military. Plus, the Tyler this morning said, "Yeah, do you mind if I ask? You know what? You said you have a an ongoing condition or whatever. Like, when did you stop work and what was that?" So I told him what it was, and he was just like, "Oh God," But he was saying that, because he said you look pretty healthy, and I'm just like, "Yeah, but I'm watching you on the ground doing tiles. I can't get down there, and if I do, I can't get back up. I just can't do it anymore." Yeah. I showed him a picture of the all the the hardware in my spine. And he's like, "No." He wasn't happy.
we should get you one of those, the mechanics like caster boards, and you can like pull yourself around like that one of Sid's toys from Toy Story.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, if people haven't seen it, that's what's in my back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh. That's funny. So Paul and I were playing a video game a couple of years ago called Division 2. And Paul's character looks a lot like the guy that you made up for the back of the Hummer.
Streaking effects for US modern vehicles. That sounds like the sort of thing I'm looking for. This could go anyway because I've never used it before. I think I should probably test it on a discrete area.
So when I painted this first guy, I was like doing the camouflage like differently. I sort of did the green and then the buff and kind of going back and forth and stuff. But it was a bit of a muck about. So this time I've just primed them and then sprayed them with the US dark green.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go from there, I think.
Yeah. Sounds good. Matthew says, Paul, you need to wear a cricket box when doing that kind of April Fool's gag. Yeah. Strong tone. What's that for? Who knows? Following Ghost says, yesterday I was looking for a particular kit and found at least 2 dozen I had forgotten about. Ain't that always the way? Dutch Day says, if you rejoin, is that with the rank you left or you start over again? That's a good question.
I think it depends on how long you've been out.
Yeah.
Is whether you would like retain or whether you got to go through retread. And then like for general entry, it then depends on like, well, if you're qualified, like you wouldn't join back as a seaman, you'd go straight to able.
Yeah. See, in the REMI, I think it really would depend on how long it was because technology in the military changed so much over the last few years.
Yeah. No, I certainly wouldn't go general entry again. Made that mistake.
Dutch Dave says, read that one. Joe says, if you have a psychological, you all aren't passing it. No. Medium density mud splash. That could be handy. Oh God, it's enamel again. I don't want enamel. Paul says, Dutch, good question. Absolutely. Matthew says, Joe, if you do a physical, I'm screwed.
Okay, back in a moment.
GM says, I retired from the ROCAF in 2023, but I'm still flying with him filming stuff. Must be addictive. Yeah. Paul, physically I'm fit, mentally questionable. I think we're all mentally questionable. Matthew says, Timmy arrives at the harbour and all the boats escape. Not him again.
No, they wouldn't have to worry about me fixing them and stuff. I'd let he go back as a MWO or something, I think.
Medical orderly or something like that.
No. Maritime warfare officer.
Ah.
I reckon.
You think they'd give you the control of the big red button or something, do you?
Mate, I've seen the people they give control to.
Back.
MWO is one of the few positions in the Navy you don't need a degree to be an officer in.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Yeah, if I wanted to stay in engineering as an officer, I'd have to go get my engineering degree, which would just be a pain.
Yeah. Well, you've got a degree anyway, haven't you? So you could always do some, become an officer. It's just a matter of an officer of what.
Yeah, well, like MWOs, you don't need a degree at all.
Yeah.
Same with MLO, so Maritime Logistics Officer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They're things that my old man was like, "Yeah, well, you should give those a look." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know. You know, I like tinkering with things and fixing them." So I fell for that trap.
See, what you should go into is the naval police.
Bro, you could not pay me to go be a snake. No shot.
Why? I don't know why.
Well, I liked them initially. I stuck up for them, and then before I left HMAS Cerberus, when I was doing my initial trade training, a bunch of guys in the block had a big kind of party thing, and like had alcohol in the lines and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and basically the duty PO did a rubbish job and like told us to go to Mornington, which is like the nearby town, if we want to keep drinking and that. And then, kind of changed his mind and took photos of everyone's IDs and stuff and confiscated alcohol, but didn't record who was who and all that. Yeah. And when I pointed all this out, that there was no actual proof of any wrongdoing, the warrant officer told me, well, we can't just not charge someone. And so I got 2 days of chooks. And since then, I was like, fuck the lot of yous. And I have been like actively anti-MP since. I don't help them for anything. And like, we go ashore and they're like, oh yeah, hey fellas, how's it going? I keep walking, dickhead. See, yeah, I don't like them.
To me, that sounds like I need 3 volunteers. What for, Corporal? 2 volunteers.
Yeah.
The fact you opened your mouth probably is what got you charged.
Yeah.
We have to charge someone. Oh, he's brave enough to take it.
Yeah. But the way they went about it was it was so shitty. They're like, oh, you can either take the charge or you can progress it to the captain's table, but then you might get a notice to show cause.
Yeah.
And, like you're brand new in the past. Like you don't know any better. You're like, oh, geez, the captain's table. Yeah, if I had my time again, I'd go straight to the captain's table and just let the captain know what the bloody snakes are doing.
Yeah. I only got... Was it once? Yeah, I think so.
You only got what once?
Got called to the... called in to see the captain without biscuits. That was a fun day. Oh no, twice. No, 3 times actually. 3 times I got called in front of the AO, the admin officer.
We had a lot of dudes from the Royal Navy. In ours, because I think you guys can only be in for like 20 years or something, right?
It's 22 years, class is full term.
Yeah. So like we don't have anything like that. So there's a bunch of dudes from the Royal Navy that do like their 22 years and then they just emigrate to Australia and join our Navy. Which is good unless you're trying to understand what like P.O. Ash, for example, trying to understand what the hell he's saying when you're talking over sound-powered phones wearing like an Okabar, so you got like a full mask over your face and stuff, and he's got this thick accent of wherever he's from in the UK. But it's like you had enough trouble trying to understand him when you were just face to face. But hell of a maintainer though. Like he knows a gas turbine like the back of your hand. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, our AO was called Captain Bates. Captain Andrew Bates. And then when he got promoted, he was Major Bates. And we always used to say, "Sir, did you ever have any problems when you were younger being called masturbates?" And he'd go, "Funnily enough, no."
Never heard that before.
I got called up in front of him 3 times. One, because I was put on a guy. And 2, because I nearly... Well, one idiot nearly got us arrested. And I nearly got myself. I nearly lost my driver's license. Like a couple of months after they paid for me to do my driver's license. So, yeah, that was fun times. He was not impressed. He got me out of it, though. Bless him. Matthew says, "March in the guilty bar steward." Yeah. The one when we came back from Gibraltar, that was funny. Because he already obviously had the report from, or the Agai report from the officer that filled it out when we were in Gibraltar. So he said, "I've seen the report, but this sounds utterly fucking ridiculous, and I need to hear your side before I make my decision." So we told him, and he's like, "The guy's a fucking idiot." And he just ripped up the Agai and threw it in the bin. He said, "There you go, it's off your record."
Did you see the one about the US Marine that got done for... What was it? He got done for a DUI. So they put an interlock on his car, and he got done again for trying to bagpipe a raccoon to breathe into the interlock to unlock his car.
Jesus.
Which is just the most Marine thing ever.
Patrick says, "Have work early in the morning, so we'll have to say goodnight. See you later, buddy." Matthew says, "Good night, Patrick." I feel like I said good night, prick, there for some reason. I've looked at the screen quickly and it just didn't click. GM says, "Timmy, we had a lot of RNs and RAF come over to the RAF. Some of the RAF ground officers were thieving idiots. They didn't last long."
Yeah, some of those.
Yeah, most of the transfers that I worked with in the past were awesome.
Thing is, right, if it's British for officers going over to Australia and they're taking equipment, is it stealing or is it just a return of stores? Taking back was originally the Crown's anyway.
No. Not since the Australia Act 40 years ago.
Don't know. Nobody ever mentioned that over here.
Well, what's the Australia Act?
It was signed by the Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, saying that we no longer have to go to through the UK Parliament or royal assent or anything at all to do with any matters to do with Australia. Basically, yeah. So there's been a steady stream of changing things like PMG, the Postmaster General symbol used to be like the British coat of arms, yeah, and all that sort of stuff like that. And then they changed that to Australia Post and Telstra, and there's basically been just a 40 years of erosion of things, anything royal. So the say Royal Victorian Institute for the Blind is now called, I think, Vision Australia or something or other, because they don't like any. They're trying to slowly get rid of anything with royal in the title. So when we change over to being a republic, it's just nobody would notice.
Yeah,
simply my opinion only.
That'll probably be next week with our current administration, but we'll not go down that road.
So no, we don't subscribe to British Parliament in any way whatsoever. So that's why when Gough Whitlam, one of our PMs, was turfed out, it had people spent 35 years to try to find out what the Queen actually said about it, and they found out. Oh, she said, "Oh, it's up to Australia to decide." So
Yeah.
nothing happened. I'm just thinking, well, you wasted 35 years of your life. You fucking idiot.
Jim says back, front, left, right, inside, outside. Okay. Paul, I'm guessing I'll have to redo the basics as being out for 20 years this year. Oh, God, yeah. You won't even have you'll have a Sprogs army number as well. Because you only hold on to your army number if you rejoin within 5 years, I think it is.
We had a retread when I went through, and we were going to that dude every bloody 20 minutes. Like, how do you wear this? How does this badge go on? Blah, blah, blah. All that.
Jem says, we did have a number of really good Royal Navy, Royal Australian Navy, and Army guys with us. Guys that were very capable and good with equipment. Ooh, were they good with the tackle, were they, Jem? Allegedly. Yeah. I don't think I'll be rejoining.
Definitely not rejoining. I mean, for them to want me back, they're going to have to ask me back. And if they didn't want me to stick around, then they're not going to ask me back, are they? So,
no.
I want to take a lot of them.
I mean, if they turned around and said, here's a weapon and stuff like that, defend your community, then yeah, fair enough, I'd do that. But I'm not going to go fight overseas for them.
It's like that Simpsons thing of when the dude gets sacked and he's like, what, that's it? After 15 years, goodbye and good luck? And the guy who just fired him goes, I don't recall saying good luck.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I took that meme and just edited it and put like Commander's epaulets on it. That's it. After 8.5 good years, goodbye and good luck. I don't recall saying good luck.
Yeah, I was just told to leave quietly.
Yeah, please don't make a scene.
Yeah. Yeah. You can leave quietly, and then it'll just be as you decide to sign off. That way, then you can always rejoin, or we can kick you out on medical grounds. In which case, you'll never be able to rejoin. To me, stupidly, I went, "Oh, I'll just sign off then." Oh.
Yeah. It was awfully quiet through my whole career. Like by the time I got out of basic, they'd already scrapped golf trips, and then I went to LHDs, so we only really did our local area anyway.
Humanitarian stuff.
Yeah, which is good. Like it's fulfilling work, but
it's good work.
Putting up and down the coast and just getting on the Terps in Townsville, where I lived for 6 years, isn't exactly what I joined for. I wanted something exciting.
But you wanted a war.
I think everyone kind of does at some level when they join. They want, to be a part of something. But
that's like at the beginning of the film Bravo 20. One of the things he says, because he says it in the book, is that whenever a young soldier joins up, they hope for one good war, at least one good war in their career.
Yeah, even like a good deployment or something. But
yeah,
even then, like I said, the golf trips were wrapping up, and then it was kind of the integration of our new frigates, and the Anzacs are aging, and we sold the FFGs to Chile, so they were gone. So it was just a very kind of quiet, a particularly quiet decade. But such is life.
Yeah, at least it helped a lot of people, so that's good.
Yeah. Do love Fiji and Vanuatu.
Yeah. Joe says, that's right, John, remember, live free or die. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Joe says, squirrel.
Midnight oil.
Jim, anyone seen the latest Australian Armour and Artillery Museum YouTube post? Ron manhandles repairs and installs a Sherman suspension. Ooh.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to chase it up.
Jim, Dad was on loan to the RAF. He wasn't impressed by their operations. He was only happy to come back. Yeah. Jim says, by the way, Joe, the tooling dates for those LRDG kits were 2025 and 2019, so pretty recent kits. Well, yeah, 2025 was last year. GM, the RAF, kept asking me to return, even though I was then serving with the Royal Korean, the Korean Air Force.
Republican Korean Air Force.
Yeah. Canberra tried a strong arm tactic, but it failed.
Well, sounds like Canberra, doesn't it? Yeah. No, when my time was up, it was up, and it was awful, and I hated every minute of it. It was a long, drawn-out process that I just wanted nothing to do with them. So,
is it one of those things where if it had been quicker, then you probably wouldn't have hated it so much? If it just
no, I mean, I was in chronic pain the entire time, so everything was difficult. I was just miserable.
Yeah,
because my life changed totally. I wasn't ready to stop yet, but that was clearly like my boss. Yeah. If I see him down the street, I'll probably kick him in. I'd kick him in the throat if I can get my leg up that high, but I can't because that's anything.
You can always throat punch him. Not the way.
Just imagining you throw on this like a sweet chin music and the Shawn Michaels bloody theme music starts playing. But...
Well, it'd be like.
I think it'd be more Pink Panther or something.
No, I think it'll be like that footage of that ice agent that slips over in the ice. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the process, particularly medical discharge getting drawn out, is brutal.
Sucks.
Because they don't know what to do with you, and then like medical can't tell your command like what's happening, so then your command is just getting up you, and then like it's like this kind of tug of war between people that don't want to run it up the chain, and so before you know it, it's like a year and a half has passed. You feel like you've been seeing a specialist, twice a week for the last year and a half. You've done nothing except be miserable. And then just one day it's done. And then,
it says, you're making me do paperwork. I'm thinking that's what your job is. You fucking idiot. You either enjoy it or you don't.
My chief made me write my own, workplace capacity impact report. So I had to write my own report on what my limitations in the workplace were. And then he got someone else to just look over it. And then he just e-signed it. Like, oh man, I hated that chief. With he's the dude that I would be kicking.
Yeah, I don't hate anyone. I'm just too laid back for that shit. Jim says, are you referring to Rubicon model kits, Julian? Julian says, yes, Jim. Jim says, must get myself a Rubicon kit. Julian says, 2019. Oh, 2019 one was Rubicon. Matthew, still waiting on my current employers to medically retire me. Got to speak to occupational health next week. It's not good. Become a YouTuber. Because it's absolutely stress-free, honest. Malcolm says, I was in the Cubs for 2 years, never made it to secondary, so I quit. They didn't want me back. What are you up to anyway, Malcolm? For Friday, you're not likely to be at HQ. If you want some company, you're more than welcome to come on.
Jesus.
That looks good, that, John.
I'm not meant to be able to be good at this. It does look all right.
It does.
Yeah,
Shrink.
as long as I zhuzhy it up, but I can get rid of that box now.
If you stuck it down well enough, you could always put that on the wall.
Ah,
That'll look pretty cool. GM says, in 1979, the Thatcher government kicked 30,000 of us out of the British Armed Forces. I joined the RAF. Then the Falklands War started. Guess who infused we all return? No. Jim says, the Cubs, did you play Major League Baseball, Malcolm? No. Cubs is the young form of the Scouts. Malcolm says, working-ish. Matthew says, yeah, a streamer's life for me. Yo-ho. Why not? Malcolm says, Jim, Cub Scouts. There we go. I know what you meant.
Besides, even if I played baseball, wouldn't play for the Cubs.
I just wouldn't play baseball. I didn't like rounders.
Either Red Sox or nothing.
Why would I want to play an Americanized British sport? David says, that does look good, John. Julian says, my limitations in the workplace, my boss and my boss's supervisor. Yeah. Yeah. Jim says, Cub Scouts. A friend of mine were Cub Scouts. Excellent. I didn't go to Cub Scouts. My stepbrother did. I was in the Boy Scouts and then I went to the Air Cadets.
yeah, I did Cubs and then not much of Scouts. I mean, Paul and I made up for that later. I was a Scout leader for 10 years. He has been one for close to 20 now.
Yeah. Yeah, long service badge for that, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Well, I got two of them, 2 5-year ones, because, Scouts, they can't sort of organise anything worse than Air Force.
I did.
Not that you're bitter or anything, eh, John?
No, because what happened is, like, I did Scouts in 3 different states, Victoria, South Australia, and New South Wales, and none of them talked to each other. So, I've got 2 5-year badges. And so, well, did you want to talk to Scouts Victoria? Well, no. Because I did, was it 5 years down there? Did you? Yeah. Remember all that paperwork you asked for my experience? It was all in that. Was it? Didn't read it. Oh.
So why did you ask for it, you moron?
Cripes. I'm going to get this glue everywhere.
Okay.
I was a corporal in the Australian Army Cadets
I was a corporal.
back in the day. That was a bit of fun.
Yeah, we used to have fun doing flying and stuff. Paul says, I did Sea Scouts when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, cripes.
Tim did that as an adult. Just on a bigger scale.
What's that?
Sea Scouts.
Ah, yeah.
Joe says, an Americanized British sport? Jesus. Walk back in your cave. Yes, Red Sox and Yankees sucks. Oh. Baseball did come from the UK. Whether Americans like it or not. Junior says, I was in the Cubs, 6er of Yellow 6. I'm guessing there wasn't much choice, laugh out loud. First in our pack's history to get a gold arrow. Is that because you sort of just charged at it really fast holding it. Jim says, baseball is the third greatest sport. NHL, ice hockey. Oh, Canadian sport. NFL. Yeah, that's an American sport.
Nope. Not a Canadian sport anymore.
No. Originally, I'm talking about.
Gold medal, baby.
Matthew says, Cubs, Scouts, ACF, TA, World War II history, living history, always in some type of uniform. Yeah.
They started calling the tendy for the men's Olympic team. I'm calling him the minister of defense. He was playing his ass off.
Yeah. Following Ghost says, I went through everything from Cub to Boy Scouts, but didn't get to do Eagle Scouts. We don't have Eagle Scouts in the UK.
Yeah.
GM says, I was in the Cubs. I didn't want to join the Scouts as I knew all the pricks already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
I think in Australia, John, you'd know this, like the version of like the Eagle Scouts, like the more kind of like the older kids. That's Venturers, isn't it? Or is that a different organization again?
Sorry, ask a question. I had a coughing fit in the middle there.
Like our version of the like Eagle Scouts, because you have like, you know, Scouts, and then is it like Venturers, or like is that like
So in Australia is Joey's, then Cubs, then Scouts, then Venturers and Rovers.
Okay. Yeah, I was never involved.
Yeah, and of course, Scouts Australia has boys and girls in it, and has had for 25 years or so. The Americans have only just brought that in, but no, I can't even talk about it because, yeah. You know, all that crap that they carry on about no men and women sports. Apparently, they're applying that to Scouts, which is sort of dumb. But Girl Guides, of course, doesn't have boys in it.
Yeah.
So I think what they're worried about is the implication that you could, if you identify as a girl, you can join the Guides. It's not like that at all, because Guides wouldn't feel comfortable if there's a guy on the camp. So again, it's like anyone saying that people shouldn't wear a burqa. You can't fill up your car without taking your bike helmet off. You know what I mean?
I agree. Let's go on to a different subject.
Yeah, I thought so.
Jim says, well, that's my rules. Jim says, I hear you, Joe. New York and Boston can piss off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Joe says, apparently you are not good at it, so you quit. I was in the school cadets at Raymond Terrace High. Julian, my brother joined the Sea Scouts, then Karate Club, because we started Sunday school, Judo Club, Aikido, and finally Taekwondo. Yeah. Trying his hand at everything then. Malcolm says, I think we have Ranger Scouts in the UK. I just looked it up. Apparently we have Explorer Scouts, whatever that is. Apparently it's for 14 to 18s. But we also have the police cadets, the fire cadets, and things like that as well. Matthew says, I'm waiting for the Disney film about the Australian bobsleigh team.
We're pretty good at Winter Olympics, to be fair.
What's his name? Eddie Hall. He released a video, didn't he, of him doing some training with the British bobsleigh team. So they put him in spandex.
Yikes.
It is scary. Joe says, I was in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, had to buy a mess kit, and my dad showed me his World War II Army issued one. It was the exact same kit except 35 years older. Jim, not picking my sports based on nationalist lines. Don't care where or when a sport I follow is created, means nothing to me. Awesome. June says, I was picked on in Sunday school and my brother wanted to defend his little brother, so joined the karate club. Oh, bless him. That's the sort of thing my nephew would do with his little brother. He's really protective over him.
So my mum just got a stern talking to at creche because I was biting kids that would go near my younger brother.
My daughter got suspended from nursery school for a day because some little lad told her to shut up, so she poked him in the eye and said, "Don't tell me to shut up."
Captain Entheno showeth no mercy.
Yeah. Her mum was not impressed. I thought it was hilarious. Jim says, some of my friends who saw the Falklands War did discuss with me what I would have been doing had I gone back. We think I would have been on the Royal Navy Phantoms as the training to Harriers to be too long. Would have been too long. Oh, God. I think I've got enamels on my hands. Makes them more sticky. Joe says, same here, Jim. I just want to live my own life. Too many billionaires involved now. Yeah. Following Ghost, Eagle Scout required you to design and complete a project for the community in some way. Not sure what it is now. Yeah. There's that guy in America one day. He had every single badge that American scouting organizations had to offer. And he if you look at a photo of him, he looks like the nerdiest guy ever. He'd look like the sort of guy that would have every single scouting badge. Jim says, Matthew, I want to see the documentary about the Australian breakdancing team.
Too soon, Jim. Too soon.
Paul says, one of my Australian cousins is in the Australian Army.
Oh, there you go.
Malcolm, I'm looking forward to the Aussie entry in the Summer Olympics for breakdancing.
Oh, God, I've been attacked by 2 continents.
Trevor, anyone won't a part started Austin armored car on parts D26 and D28 push rods. What?
Anyone want the part started?
Oh, part started Austin armored. Yeah, that makes more sense. On parts.
Anyone want parts? Oh, anyone want a partially started Austin armored car?
That makes more sense.
Maybe.
He's on parts D26 and D28, which are push rods. Yeah, it'd be fine. Don't worry. Joe says, I wonder how many times Julian was arrested for hit and run at school. No, because he's never been able to run. Julian says, my uncle's name was Eddie Hall, a man less like Britain's strongest man you could not find. He was lovely. Paul, I've also signed up my 9-year-old son to the local Marine Training Corps. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, cool.
I tried to persuade Morgan to join the cadets for years, and he just said no. So because if he goes into the armed forces, he'll just get killed. It's like not everyone dies, dude. He's like, yeah, but you got more of a chance of dying there than you have at home. I was like, I can't argue with that.
Bone spoons.
June says, non-Joe, to be arrested, you have to be caught. Paul, the bloody online form is mental. It just keeps going on and on and on. Matthew, Jim, I'm going to have to Google that. Were you attacked by emus or koalas?
Racists.
Wakey. Jim is laughing at Matthew. Julian, PMSL, Mikey, I missed the run part. Joe says statute of limitations, Julian, too long ago. Yeah. I don't think we have statute of limitations as such in the UK. I'm not sure it's a thing as much. Or it's not phrased that way, if that makes sense. Julian, that too, Joe, I left school in 1989. Oh, a year after I was born. Paul says, my 9-year-old gave me too much back chat, so I signed him up. The king's old hard bargain.
My brother's arch nemesis in school was a kid on a motorized scooter.
Yeah.
You know, I forget what condition he had. I suppose it's irrelevant, but yeah, he was very small.
What condition he had? Intolerance. Oh, you mean the other guy? Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, the other guy. To be fair, like I understand why my brother hated him. Like the kid, it sounds bad, right? Like he's got a lot going on.
Yes.
But he was in what? My brother was 2 grades below me, and he was in the same grade, I guess. So, yeah. The kid was a prick, to be fair. Like he was just
because he's always been the special boy of the family. He's never been told no.
Yeah, he was just a rude little bastard, and he'd roll around the school in his like motorized scooter, and he'd like go out of his way to like run over your bloody toes and stuff if you were having a conversation and didn't know that he was coming up.
And
then I don't know. I did hear that apparently one of the more mentally unstable buddy rugby players in my brother's cohort did eventually have enough of him and just like unplugged the battery and walked off. But yeah, that kid was I don't like rude people, you know.
Yeah.
Manners
what are you doing here then?
Yeah.
Following Ghost says, going to head out. Have a great day, night, everyone. See you later, buddy.
See you, man.
Me.
See you, man.
Matthew says, Paul, what? You signed up to the Foreign Legion? Not sure I like that. I might wait for that to dry a bit and see what it looks like. Put some mud on the underneath. Julian says the UK has no statute of limitations except for minor crimes prosecuted in the magistrate's court. Not sure what the US equivalent is. Basically a local court. Yeah. And Tiff says, so only minor crimes have limitations in the UK. Major crimes have no limitations. Ask me how I know. Julie says, for minor crimes, the limitation is 6 months after the crime. There we go. Yeah.
This method works a lot better, I think, for...
It is really weird. You know, with your sound, Tim? Yeah. Because your hand, we can see your hands right in front of the camera, but it sounds like you're walking to the other side of the room with your voice.
Yeah, that's because my microphone is up here, kind of level with the camera up to the right. But when I'm painting, because I have terrible posture, my head is down here where you can see my hair.
Yeah.
So you sort of fall out of the microphone drop-off area.
Yeah, more or less. So, yeah, I got to remember to like kind of sit up.
Tiff says, "Ask me how I know. Best not to."
Best not to.
Jem says, "Paul, I think that online paperwork is telling you to let go. It sounds ominous to me." Yeah, let go of your child. Let the armed forces take care of him. It'll be fine.
I don't think my daughter's going to be too thrilled with me. I came home with this frame and said, "Oh, it's too small." And she said, "Can I take it?" And I said, "Oh, sure, if you want." So she took it to her room, and I walked in there as the stream started, grabbed it back out of her room while she was in the shower. So She probably doesn't know it's missing yet, but it's she can't have it back now because now it looks like a diorama.
Did you take the picture out of it and everything?
No, yeah, it's all right. Foliage, yeah. So I need to dirty it up, a bit of zhuzhi.
They're not expensive. You can always get another one.
No, it's like 50% off it. Everything in store, so it costs like $2.17 or something. So it's all
There
good.
we go. Bargain.
Which is about 400 pounds.
Oh, did you want a picture frame? Yeah. Well, said you should have bought one. Oh.
Why did you do it in a German accent?
It's so it's sort of morphed. It's an inside joke with me and my siblings, but it's from the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, where Augustus
Gloop.
Yeah, has more of an accent and stuff, and he says to it's not that bad, but he says to Charlie, he's like, would you like a chocolate bar? And he's like, oh yes, please. And he said, well, then you should have bought one. And like ever since we've thought it's just hilarious, and we've been kind of hamming up the accent and all that. Yeah, use it all the time.
Julian says not allowed to divulge court proceedings. Tiff. Lol.
Yeah, due to reporting restrictions.
Matthew says Goths sacking Rome again, aren't they? GM says, "Ooh, John, your daughter will be out looking for that frame. You in trouble now? Ha ha ha! You did."
John's just going to stand by the door and watch us searching the room for it while sniggering to himself.
Yeah. We've got white dirt. There's a wash. No, maybe.
Oh yeah, man! I definitely did the first guy the hard way. Yeah. Oh well.
Maybe the wrong thing to say in a random moment of silence.
Oh.
To clarify,
In the Navy.
when I painted my tested dude, I painted him in a less than efficient manner. There we go.
That sounds
That's
better.
a little less sus.
Oh,
That was just perfect. I think what made it worse is the fact that it's just like a random thing in the middle of silence.
Oh well, you can take the boy out of the Navy, but you can't take the Navy out of the boy.
True. Sponge. Matthew says you can take Timmy out of the Navy, but you can't take Navy out of Timmy.
Yeah. Same wavelength, mate.
And Jimmy says Tim reminded me of the German robot in Hellboy 2. The word focus in his accent was less than polite.
Matthew says, Timmy, you're like Evil Knievel. And Jim says, a panhandler had a sign, starving, need food. I asked, how long have you been starving? Oh, I haven't had food for 3 days. Well, don't worry, it still tastes the same.
That's so mean.
Don't pick on me.
Oh. Okay.
Shit.
Break that spot up.
GM says, I gave my daughter a new phone cover and case. It covered in bling barnacles now. I don't want it back. Julian says, Hellboy. That word you keep using. Robot. Focus. Hellboy. Yes, that one. In your accent, I wouldn't use it.
You must focus.
Malcolm says, got a roll. Thanks for the company, dudes.
Cheers,
Cheers,
buddy.
Malcolm.
Not sure I like this splash mod.
The what, sorry?
Splash mud effect.
I
What are
don't like you
using
either.
for splash?
Let's see what it looks like when it dries.
Julian also has got a roll. Oi, Malcolm, that's my line, he says. You see me rolling. They hate me.
Patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch Tim doing his men the hard way.
Yeah, you could take Tim out of the semen, but you can also take the semen out of the Tim.
I actually knew where that was going as soon as you started. Hey, what goes on ship stays on ship.
It ain't gay if it's underway.
Not that we're stereotyping the Navy or anything, but you know.
I am.
Let's have a look. Not sure if I want to do this, but give it a burl regardless.
This is the thing. This is why I don't do a lot of weathering. Is because I really like how it's painted, and I don't want to mess it up by adding stuff onto it that I don't need to.
Yeah. So we'll see. This is a product I don't particularly use because, I try to get dark to it because the Flory wash isn't available in Australia.
All right.
I asked Phil Flory about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm sort of not making that at the moment." So I ordered what I could from another website, and they only had light dirt. So I've used it once and took it down the model club, and one of the guys said, "Yeah, wrong color." So I haven't used it since. But because I don't do military, sort of civil military vehicles, often. But maybe this is an application for it. Let's find out next week. This is one of those brush on and then wipe off when it's dry sort of things, like a clay-based wash. But we'll see how it goes.
I'm using that.
The Vallejo Splash Mud.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got one of those. Maybe I do.
I'm using it to do the tires at the minute.
Oh, God. Bloody hell.
What?
Ah,
there we go.
Vallejo Splash Mud. This one's...
You've got the light one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the European Earth one.
Oh, that's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is considering Ukraine's in Europe.
Sure, I've got European Earth somewhere.
So,
right.
if you guys had to name your dioramas for a show or whatever, what would you give it?
Bruce. It's like, whenever I go to, say, a coffee place and say, would you like a name for that order? I'd say, Larry. Yeah, Larry? Yeah, Larry Latte. And they just look confused. I'm just thinking, surely you've heard this shit before. Well, that looks really bad at the moment before I wipe it off, doesn't it?
It
comes off.
Unusual.
Oh, yeah, it comes off. All right, we'll continue then.
GM says, if only we had a button with an electric charge we could press that would launch an offender skywards, Timmy. Your uncle would be through the roof by now.
Ejecto Ceto, cuz.
Yeah.
Matthew says, Deveski the Drone Hunter. I'm calling mine a citizen soldier or citizen army. Paul says, gotta go, guys. See you all next week. Sorry, what, bud?
I said that's pretty nifty.
Yeah. I think it works for mine, doesn't it?
Well, it's better than Q Store ran dry or something, but bring your own pants.
Can't paint for shit, so went for the easy option. Paul says, gotta go, see you next week. See you later, buddy. Paul says, unless you're on sit rep. John will be.
If he's should feel good about it.
There you go.
All right.
God. All right. Okay.
That starts a little bit better.
Apart from everything else, my back is caning, I think. What happened is we got some, what's called AccuPanel arrived. I'll show you what that is. This is for... Yeah. All right. Now, let's go for a walk with the camera.
Okay.
Hello. It's
Hello.
Marco, the Polo. This. So this is, as you see it, no way. It's yeah. It's walnut. I think it's actually English walnut, but it's an acoustic background. Like acoustic
sound
file.
panels.
Yeah, so let's go in Tom's room because, when he's playing computer games at 4 a.m, he's yelling and screaming and all that sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if he's going to stay in this house, we're going to put him in a bloody sound booth.
Yeah.
But it looked good on the wall as well. So I'm thinking about possibly putting it, say, outside the garage and then using it to put up all the aircraft sort of hanging vertically.
Yeah. When my place gets built, and I'm gonna, what my intent is to actually build like a
building
nice
a tent.
Yeah, like the Indigenous Embassy. It's intense. Looking at converting like the office space into like a proper like my room sort of thing. So have a like nice big like benchtop desk from IKEA and stuff for my hobbying, and like actually have a good rig for camera overhead and stuff, and who knows, I might even make some videos and things like that. I have the space and all that.
We'll look forward to seeing them, Tim. Joe says, wow, had to run outside and break up a gang fight between my dogs and 20 Canadian geese. My God.
Ooh.
Can't we all just get along?
Don't want to mess with Canada gooses. Angry.
Julian, in work, our phone system is called Aspect. Many times I moan that the Aspect needs a stun setting. How satisfying if the customer was annoying. Thud at the end of the phone.
Good.
Jim says, we'll tune in when I can next week out to Phoenix, Arizona for you, John Marley, to visit a relative in hospice care.
Oh. Yes. Okay. Well, I hope that all goes well, Jim. See, I know where Phoenix is because he said Arizona after it. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Tucson, Arizona.
Yes. Or Winslow. Because it was such a fine sight to see. Julian says, Joe, did the Canadian geese have their passports? Maybe your dogs are undercover border patrol. Oh dear.
All right.
Jem says, John, an outside shed for the offspring. Jim, your dogs must be very swift, Joe. My dog chases geese and they're long gone before he gets there. I think he just likes to chase them. See, my dad's dog used to chase him, hold and kill him, and then sort of bring it back and look at it as if to say, what do I do with it now? So, yeah. Especially rabbits. It loved doing that with rabbits. So I've done some muddy on the tyres. And tried to put some at the sides, but
Oh, yeah.
that's how it dries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine's very muddy and will remain that way for another week, and then I'll have a go wiping it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just gack everywhere. I need to paint the exhaust pipe. I haven't painted that sort of rust effect yet.
Yeah.
But it's upside down anyway.
I've finally got over this kind of hump. I think, how sometimes you hit like a bit of a snag on a project?
Yes.
Yeah. Getting these dudes started was definitely a bit of a snag. So at the moment, the buff looks very bright, like compared to...
Is it one of those things where you're like, I know I've got to make these, but I really can't be bothered because I've only done one, and now it's a long
time. Yeah. Well, like it turns out like multicam's really annoying, but yeah. So the buff on the left is a fair bit brighter than the buff on the right, but that's because it needs a light, like a brown wash, and that'll darken it up a little bit. But otherwise, the multicam is on, and I'm pretty keen to keep working on these guys through the week.
Nice. Jim says, by the way, there's a Phoenix, Illinois, and other states of the US. Yeah.
All right. Nice try.
Joe says, the German Shepherd is the son of a police dog, but Rocky the Chihuahua is still confused. Jim says, Moscow, Idaho, Lebanon, Indiana, New South Wales, Australia. Places where it's called Phoenix, I imagine.
Is there a Phoenix in New South Wales?
Jim, well, it's my turn to break formation. Chan guys, Golf Mike signing off. Deshi and Young GM. Adios, amigo.
See you, man.
Joe says, Timar, thanks for bringing up the USS Texas. There goes my weekend.
That's funny.
I didn't.
You didn't.
When did I bring up the USS Texas?
I don't know. I think it's when John was saying that you had lots of able seamen inside you.
Oh.
Did he?
I don't know.
Like recently, he was talking about getting the guys started, especially the buff one on the left. And I was just like,
what can I say? Old habits die hard.
Yeah. Just keep walking into those traps there, Tim.
HMAS Adelaide, bloody 2021, 2022 softest mouth winner. So
Things you didn't need to know about your nephew, John. I think your sound's gone. You're right, John.
Oh, just sore.
Johnny knocking off a few minutes early.
No, it's fine. No, these AQ panel things. I moved. I had the delivery the other day, and I grabbed one from the truck.
Yeah.
There are 4 boxes. I grabbed one from the truck, and then he put them near the front door, and I moved him with Leah into the garage, and my back's been stuck ever since. I don't weigh that much. It's just every time I do something, I'm surprised that I hurt myself. I'm just thinking, Jesus, I don't like this.
Not good.
Anyway.
21 people still watching. We've got 18 likes. We did have 30 people watching before, so we must have scared everyone off. Or 10 people anyway.
Well, was literally the last 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah. It was the talk of Tim's naval career. Naval exploits that did it. Tim living up to stereotype.
All right. That's it for another week.
Yeah, it is. It's been a fun week, I think.
Roll weekend.
Yeah, so next Tuesday, remember, there's no live stream, but we're back on Monday. Yeah, back on Monday. The poll for which kit I'm going to do is in the members channel on Discord, the Junior Ranks Mess. It's been a long ass week. I've done 7 live streams this week. Yeah. So next week, there's only 3. Yeah, it's only 3 next week, which is cool. Get a bit of a lie in. Yeah, Monday we're back 12 till 2 with a Monday panel. Thursday, we've got the tornado. Next Friday is the last Humvee stream. So, yeah. Until then, cool vibe for now.
Very good.
See ya.